Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
Single best idea. People ask often, when does my day start? It depends. If the Bentley is, there's a little traffic, I may not get in until 6:58, maybe, or a little earlier, 6:55 to start the day. But sometimes there's news flow. And the day can start like on a Sunday when it's Monday morning in Japan, Sunday evening, 7 p.m., when Asia opens, the Pacific Rim opens. Or we can blow up the show at 9 p.m. the night before. And we've got a whole team of surveillance people who are like, okay, we have these plans of that, and all of a sudden it stops, and they have to adapt, as we all did last night, to this historic court decision on tariffs. Massive thank you to David Gura, I thought was of huge help with great perspective. Wendy Schiller, I thought was great at Brown University, much more on civics and on the law, back to James Madison, cited in the document, and forward. Here, Professor Schiller of Brown University.
When you think about the final word, who has the final word, and the Trump administration is not that interested in any other structure in the American political system having power over them, does everything go to the Supreme Court? And the Supreme Court it'd be interesting to watch. We have a lot of decisions coming down in June that we can expect, and where do they rein in executive power? And the important thing with the Supreme Court is to make sure this isn't about Donald Trump. This is about the balance of power in the system itself. So that's where the adjudication on tariffs lie. In immigration, we've seen the courts say to the president and Congress has authority to make the laws on immigration, make the laws. The president cannot just create immigration law. So is that the same thing that will be applied to tariffs? We're probably about to find out.
Wendy Schiller, thank you so much for that. Just a lot of other good voices today as well. And thank you for your comments. I really can't say enough about the heated debate engendered by Bloomberg Surveillance among those on the right and the left about the path forward for the nation as we look at the judiciary, the legislative branch, and, of course, the executive branch. And amongst all this, we do look at the markets. NVIDIA out yesterday. And here we are today with an up market. We'll see where we are at 4 p.m. But, there it is. It's been a rally. I noticed Microsoft almost out to a record high. Here is a quiet story of Q2. Anastasia Amoroso at ICAP, she's been very optimistic about participating in the stock market. We get an update from Anastasia.
I still think there's a degree of fear out there, but I'll just quote these stats. Back in April, you had about 66% of investors that were bearish. That is not the number today. It's probably closer to 30%. It's a big reversal. A couple of weeks ago, you probably had only 20% of investors that were bullish. Today, that's about 37%, but it's not 50. It's not half of the investors that were in the bullish camp to start the year. So I think we need a few more to join the party.
Data foundation, that's what Anastasia Amoroso is known for, is just look at the data to come to conclusion on confidence in the market. She remains participating in the market. Across the nation on Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, good morning to 99.1 FM in Washington, and good morning, a special good morning to 92.9 FM in Boston. A lot of value out of there today among our good guests. We're on YouTube, across the nation. Subscribe to Bloomberg Podcasts, and out at YouTube Podcasts, it's Single Best Idea.